earlier as well.
No, you're right. Okay.
We make the joke that you are actually Scott Rochelle's father. I'm like convinced that there's like some way that you might have, like, there might be some genetic makeup from you over here, because when I'm texting you about stuff, I immediately get you actually should be thinking about it this way. And it just reminded me so much. I had the thought in my head today. I was like, we do this Dad's Bet Baseball podcast. What if I'm actually talking to my dad the whole time? Because he's giving me all of these ideas, and like, word of the wise. You actually should be looking at betting your edge, which we'll talk, I guess, more about later here. But yeah, I'm just saying, I get the most dad vibes from you just in our text threads sometimes.
Well, when I'm like overly dadding all week, I have to do it. So that's fine.
You're just dadding all the time. I'm saying, it's like, I feel for you. You're just always dadding, whether it's with us or with the kids, wherever.
I know. Well, the kids are pain in the asses. So anyway, all right. Well, it's Dad's Bet Baseball. Yeah, really. Well, like, my dad move is don't have kids. Like, there it is.
Yeah.
My dad move is get a time machine, go back in time, and don't have kids. This is Dad's Bet Baseball. Sorry, I just got I got the notification in my head. So I have a fantasy draft going on at the exact same time, and I just got the do in my ear pod saying to do this. When's my pick? I don't even know when I'm picking. I don't know. Is
this an ESPN fantasy draft? Do you get like the
No, it's on Sleeper. I don't even know. I don't even see myself on. I do not even see myself on this draft board. Hold on. Oh, I have 12. Okay, that's fine. Okay, it's Dad's Bet Baseball. I'm Adam Rosenberg. I've been moody. That's what you caught CJ and I talking about. With me as always is CJ Buskey, aka Slippin' Jimmy. CJ, I apologize for being a bitch. No, because look, you're joining us for like what is a different version. It's Dad's Bet Baseball and football, and so football. I have been pretty anxious, I would say, about how this show would go, because like we've been doing like almost 40 episodes of baseball, and we're going to now do baseball and football. And we've done such a great job with you guys doing this as baseball. And I think that what we do with you all is extremely special. And now we're doing it for a different sport, one that only happens arguably like once a week. Like, everyone would say, oh, it's 4 days a week, but it's once a week. It's a little different.
Football's life. Football's life.
Yeah, it's just that. And, we just want to do it right. And so honestly, like, no prom dress that CJ was offering me when we went to 9 different stores fit right. And so we're just like, this absolutely has now come down to a fuck it, we'll do it live, and I'm fine with that. So that being said, what we're gonna do is, I guess, for formats and just stuff like this, we're actually gonna have a couple sides of totals and props and things that we're gonna do like that. We're gonna still have our friends, our sponsors, Hall of Fame bets, HOF app. And let me just actually pull it up so I can make sure that I'm always doing this. Let's see. HOF app. Yeah, HOF app.
I was going to say, need help with the read?
No, I got it. HOF app.
Okay.
HOFapp.com. Use code DADS. Free 7-day trial and then 50% off the first month. They have some pretty awesome stuff like total rushing touchdown markets and games, like stuff that you're gonna love.
I'm very excited to. I know that Adam has been a little temperamental, and I think it's honestly just the fact that it's like we're moving from a couple relationship here with baseball to a throuple, and you're having a little bit of a hard time trying to add another mistress to the equation. But we're gonna love this one just as much as we love baseball, and we're still bringing you guys baseball once a week. And hey, look. If baseball bleeds into even a little bit of this talk, like it's going to happen. The Mets, by the way, off to a fantastic September. 1-0. Thank you very much.
Yeah, dude, I'm probably going to lose this Brewers series bet, but it doesn't matter because the Phillies are going to make up games on this Brewers team.
Did they come into today? Like what, 6 games up? Because I know with the Marlins winning 3 or 4 that they had a good weekend. The Phillies.
It's so funny because I thought that the Mets. We're not talking about baseball. We can talk about Thursday, but like I thought that the Mets did. I thought the Mets had a bad weekend or had a great weekend, and Scott was like, "No, they didn't." Like where have you been? So hold on, I'm up. First pick at 12. All right. So is it too early to take Lamar?
What is this? What type of league?
It's a PPR league.
Superflex or
non
superflex?
No, regular flex.
No way. You can't take Lamar that early. What receivers are there?
I'm gonna take AJ Brown.
All right.
And then on the turn, I'm gonna
take not a Philly homer pick at all.
No, but that's gonna be a pass first offense. It'll be fine. And then I'm going to take I gotta go with some depth that's not gonna be there later. I'm gonna take Akeem.
Who?
Akeem.
Oh, Akeem. I was like, what? What?
Yeah,
Akeem.
I have AJ Brown. So I have AJ Brown, Akeem. I have a keeper of Ricky Pearsall.
Oh man, this is going to be an adjustment just to get your name pronunciations and
isn't that what his name is? Jordan Mason is also
Devon A-Chain, I believe.
Oh, all right. Well, that's cute.
No, that's.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what I did. I think AJ Brown was fine there. That wasn't a reach.
No, that was. I think
that's fine. There. Okay, so anyway, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start this off. We're going to jump right into Hall of Fame bets. And we're going to start right into Hall of Fame bets, and we're going to find some stuff that we like. I talk about how I did want things to be over-engineered, but this is definitely over-engineered. So, all right, I'm going to go. CJ, do you want to boot it up?
Yeah, got it right here.
Right,
Let's go. What do you like? What are you thinking about so far?
Well, I'm looking at it on mine as I do yours, just so that I can go through. Okay, go to leaders. And go to wide receiver, tight end, and go to receiving yards. And we are going to go to at least.
Look who's first on that list.
I can't tell from yours. Who is it?
Oh, I need to zoom in a little bit. It's right here.
Oh, there he is. He's already there. Oh, I love it. Okay. All right, great. All right. So look, I'm a giant Malik Neighbors fan. So Malik Neighbors, I think Malik Neighbors. With garbage quarterbacks last season had 120 plus targets, had a ton of catches, and just quietly had like a bomb year. His receiving line is 74 yards this weekend against a Washington Commanders team that didn't change anybody in their secondary, which already was terrible. And they now have Russell Wilson, who loves to throw moon balls, has traditionally cooked Washington. Let's just start off. Let's just do 80 yards. I have Malik Neighbors. I have so much Malik Neighbors liability. It makes your eyeballs bleed. I have him to lead the league in TDs. I have him to lead the league in receiving yards. Well, I didn't take him for OPOY because I don't know if the Giants finish above 500, but I don't think the Giants are going to be bad. I just think that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that I have Eagles Giants top 2 in that division. I have it 10-1, and I really like that bet. And
I don't. By the way, I don't necessarily disagree with that. Wilson still has a little bit of juice, and
he does. He also loves throwing moon balls.
Wilson's great, but yes, he's still actually. I think by EPA per play, he was one of the best deep throwers in the league last year.
Yeah,
he was great against Washington when he played him.
He what do I have in here? I had it. Yeah, Washington's bottom of the league in ADOT. So we talk a lot about what are the stats you care about. I care about ADOT and I care about air yards a lot and defending those. And ADOT is average depth of target. And if an ADOT is high, is 7 or higher, it means that you're giving up a lot of yards just right away to the receiver. And the total on this isn't astronomically high. It's 44.5. Which is why I like yards more than I like receptions. If this was higher, I would actually like the receptions because it means that there's going to be just constant movement of the ball.
More drives.
Yeah, and more drives. So, So anyway, yeah, give me Neighbors at 80 yards, which he had 127 to open like against them last year. The Giants have traditionally, by the way, been great against the Commanders. Commanders can do nothing but regress. They like really just went all out last year. So give me Neighbors to kick off my Neighbors to lead in everything campaign. 80 yards. I believe it was like 116 plus 116.
Plus, yeah. I think DK, I believe, still has this at plus 116 because when you texted me about this yesterday, I went and grabbed it. This has not moved at all yet, so you can still
like
get
he
this
has. He literally has dudes who he has the guys that are throwing to him are last year just are NPCs, and now he has an all throwing quarterback room. It's Jackson Dart, Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson. Like that is a Moonball City room. Plus 116, which you can actually look at on Hall of Fame bets. Is pretty cool that it'll like pop up and it'll say, yeah, this is actually like noticeably better odds. Like it's
best
even
odds.
At ESPN. Yeah.
Yeah.
So give me that. He only went over it last year. He went over it, I think 3 times maybe last year, but to me, it's a matchup thing. It's, I think that like, we'll talk about it later, but like, I like him for 100, but 80 at plus money, I'll take it. So that's going to be, that's a play that I'm using. What is it?
100, by the way, if you want to get a little bit spicier, it's plus 251.
So, okay. So wait, we can take a pause for like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
it isn't, but like there's only a 20-yard width there, and the odds are only $1 and change more, which kind of tells you like he's priced in to have a pretty big game. So, but I'll take the 80 as the base. Plus 116, I'm fine with. So that's a play that I want to kick off. That put me in a better mood too, by the way.
Oh, good. Good. I'm glad talking about ways to make money. And also maybe you're just happy that you got AJ Brown and Atchin on your team now.
Atchin.
So,
itchy Atchin. Yeah.
Itchy Atchin. No, I'm saying this is now I'm not going to look at him the same. Devon Itchin Atchin. Yeah, man. I mean, I think the Panthers defense is still very bad. I know one thing, like going from season to season, is defenses are a lot less predictable going from one season to the next. You have a lot more like bad defenses that can become good and good defenses that can go bad versus like offenses are a little bit stickier. But I don't really see where the Commanders secondary help is. And it doesn't matter if Wilson gets hurt because like you
it's
said,
just like they never changed it, man. And it wasn't good last year.
Yeah,
it's like PFF has.
I mean, they added Lattimore, and it still really didn't do anything.
He's rated 64 on PFF. Like, whether you subscribe to PFF or not, like this is not a good secondary, man. And no, I think somewhere there's probably stats like actually, well, Hall of Fame bets probably. We don't need to stay. You go, but I just want to look up like Russell Wilson against the.
I know. Again, as a unfortunate Steelers fan.
He had 195 last year with the Steelers.
Yeah, it was with Pickens, and then he had a big throw.
He had a monster throw. That game was back and forth.
Yeah. It was that's actually a very fun game. Talk about another player and another couple of teams that played a couple of very fun games last year. So my guy this weekend, I'm looking also at a all over here. It is Shake and Bake. Baker Mayfield. So Baker Mayfield, if my computer decides to actually load his stats here, I really like Baker Mayfield rushing for this game against the Falcons this upcoming weekend. And one of the reasons is one, like just from if you go and look at so the main line for him right now, I think is like 11.5 on his rush yards. But when if he would run, and you go and you look at his hit rates from last season, you can see right here, like on Hall of Fame bets, if he ran, he was getting 20 yards. Like if you take the 11.5 over, you have one game where he had 12 yards. Every other game where he went over that, he was well over it. He was at least 20 yards or over. So that's one thing. Second thing is that this is plus 175 on ESPN bet, which don't mind that number. I can tell you that Bet365 had this at plus 215. So I'm getting 2-1 on a guy that had a hit rate of this of what? How many times last year? I mean, a bunch. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 9 of or 10 of I think 17 games. He was at least 20 rushing yards or more. And then if you even look at the games that you have for when he was playing on the road, every single game, including the one at Atlanta, we had 42 yards. So if we're just playing around with, like, I know we're not big trends guys, and we like hit rates is just another way to sort of validate stuff. This to me, though, like just sort of screamed some value early when I looked at it. And you can also, by the way, find that when you're looking at that trends tab here, because that was one thing that it's kind of noticed, like, hey, 20 plus rushing yards. That seems a little off given the hit rate last year. Don't think this Atlanta defense is very good. I think they're probably one of like the bottom 10 units in the league. Could see this game going back and forth because I personally think Penix is a little bit better than people might be giving him credit for. So yeah, that for me, I think 20 plus rushing yards on Baker. It's especially if you can get that at like plus 200 or over. I like that one a lot.
Sorry, I took Sam Laporta and Patrick Mahomes at the turn. No, I didn't.
I scheduled my fantasy draft for tonight.
Yeah, really. Why is this even? I wish I hadn't done this draft. Oh no, here I am. Sorry, guys. Let's see. I guess I gave somebody my pick and they took Pacheco. That was really stupid of me. All right. Anyway, yeah. Look, Baker rushing was a wagon last year. I can totally get behind this. It's also inside. Like
it's Mercedes-Benz.
A weather issue. I love it. No, I think it's great.
Yeah, I wish there was a filter here on like dome games and stuff, but yeah. All right, let's go. So one thing I know we want to try and do with this show every week too is I feel like baseball we have like our convictions. Football, since it's again you're only having like the week to week, you kind of almost build up that conviction throughout the week. Week one is like the sort of, I would say, like the crown jewel of that in terms of you've had months to build this up, like in terms of how strongly you feel about something. And I know there's a particular spread and money line that you have had your eye on for a while. And I don't know if you want to talk about it right now with your NFC West showdown.
Oh, yeah. Well, so my NFC, so I hate the Niners. I lived in San Francisco for a decade plus. And I think that the Niners fan base is one of the most obnoxious fair weather fan bases in the world. There's some baseball fan bases that are their Giants are like that too. Not the San Francisco Giants. I think San Francisco fan bases are crap except for the A's. I have
that's fired.
300. I have 300 to 1 in my pocket for fewest wins. I have them for under 8.5 wins at plus 250 because when Shanahan's floor is pretty low. Like the thing is about this team, like objectively speaking, they tinkered with depth pieces on their roster all offseason and they don't have any depth. Like, what are you doing a week before preseason still signing guys like Marcus Valdez-Scantling and like all these dudes? Like, why are you still tinkering when all that happened? And it just made me feel like they're not happy with their roster. So anyway, Seattle also just is, I've been very impressed with their defense. Like I like just I'm not big on McDonald. I'm not necessarily big on Darnold, but I'm pretty big on Seattle at home. And I'm pretty big on Seattle's defense. I think they've built a really good defensive culture and their defense just shows up. So I didn't even take Seattle money line here. I actually went Seattle minus 2.5. This is a nice little trick.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. If you like the home dog, and if you like the home dog, just take them to lay less than a field goal and you could get a little extra juice out of it. I got it for plus 140. So, yeah, but for ease of using Hall of Fame bets, just click that money line.
Plus
and
yeah,
I like Seattle here right out of the gate, punching San Francisco in the mouth. The thing is also, like, these two teams only twice since 2017 has a matchup between the two of them been decided by 3 points or less. Everything has been just kind of blowout city
Well,
across the board.
there used to be sort of like that whole like circle between Shanahan would always beat one team, McVay would always beat one team, and Carroll would always beat one team. And I thought for a while that it was San Francisco beat the Rams and then the Seahawks beat the 49ers. I might be getting
It's
that
one
wrong.
of those. There's a flow chart.
Yes, there used to be like a flow chart of this whole thing.
Carroll, when Carroll was the coach.
Yeah. Maybe it was like the Seahawks beating the Rams. I don't know, but also I think who's the starting wide receiver for the 49ers this weekend? Is it Pearsall?
It's Ricky Pearsall's the wide receiver.
He's their number one?
Yeah, he's their number one. I have his over 4.5 receiving touchdowns for the season, and because it's so low, and he's their one. I don't think he's very good. I have a couple plays in this game. I got Brock Purdy interceptions. Like when they drop it, I'm going to use Hall of Fame bets to ladder his interceptions. But what it really comes down to for me is just the Seattle defense at home, punching San Francisco right in the mouth right away. I have a feeling that the money splits on this whole thing are going to end up being one of those like pros versus Joes things, which really doesn't matter or didn't matter last season.
On the Seattle side or on the San Francisco side?
I can't imagine Seattle's going to be the public side. I can't imagine.
I don't think so either. The thing is,
but I don't know. It might be
darling by like
I don't know.
Both sides.
They're just a darling. Like they have an easy. Everyone's saying they're like, oh man, they have such an easy schedule. Like, well, that's great, but they open up out here. That's the other thing. If they lose, let's say they lose this first game, wheels could come off early. Let's see. I mean, you got a $250 million quarterback now, who was last pick in the draft.
I'm looking ahead at their schedule too, by the way, just curious. Because like how many games this season is San Francisco either favored by less than
you're looking at that?
Or
the look ahead lines?
Yeah. The look ahead lines thing, which this thing is like changing my world.
Awesome.
Here, by the way.
The world. Okay, so they first of all, they're favored in all but
they're favored in a lot of games, which by the way, they probably
not
should be
in are at Tampa Bay, and it's 1.5. And I bet you and Tampa the week before
at the Rams, they're not favored in. They're very short.
Which is right, but that's going to be more Niners fans than it's going to be Rams fans.
Yes, I was about to say, I was like, that's practically a home game.
But look, here's the deal: is that if the Bucks, the Bucks could because the Bucks have had like Philly's number, they've had all these things. The Bucks could be 5-0 going into that game. I mean, my point is just that like everyone's in on the Niners. Like this Niners team like makes sense because if you look, the Rams they're laying 1.5 to the Rams at home. That's actually wrong. That's not how the math should work. But that's neither here nor there. They're plus 1.5 when they're at LA. That's not how it works. But that's fine. Anyway, the point is on all this is that I don't like the Niners. I want to see them have some pain. And as part of that, I'm taking Seattle money line out of the gate. I like them in my Circa Millions entry. I like them. I'm not going to take them in Survivor, but still going to be a pussy and take Denver.
I'm in San Francisco a lot. I have no opinion on their fans, so you're gonna obviously have a lot closer.
Well, who do you think is the worst? Eagles excluded. Who do you think's the worst football fan base?
Oh, it's the Patriots. It's not. It's.
You think so? I would agree with that. Yeah, that's good too. Tom Brady. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, okay. No, anyway.
Also,
we spent a lot of time. Yeah.
Patriots fans, by the way, they will try and claim that they're like the hardest diehard football fans. I can tell you that one, you didn't see a ton of Patriots fans to begin with prior to Tom Brady, and there are Patriots fans I knew in my life that don't even follow football since Tom Brady has retired. Like that is just anecdotally, I know a few people that like were diehard Patriots fans, barely even watch the sport now. So the three people that I know that are Patriots fans, that's generating my full opinion of your fan base. There you go.
There you go. Anyway, Seattle Seahawks. What's their chant? 12th man.
12th man, baby. I mean, Seattle, another great city, by the way. Pacific Northwest, good part of the country.
I mean, I love their downtown. I think Seattle's great. Seattle's fantastic. So anyway, yeah, we just used all of the bets, and we got 3 plays in there, and it's great. I love it.
So you're kind of making me think of you're kind of making me think of here because week one, and this is just in general, like based on how you bet baseball and like how I kind of learned how to bet baseball. And with football, one thing that I feel like you can go either way in terms of being either more aggressive or more conservative coming into week one, because in my opinion, week one, those lines have been set for a long time. They have had money come in for a long time as well. We have as much information as we possibly can, essentially, to build our priors coming into week one.
Sure.
But we also, while we have all this information, we don't have actual real information on how the games are being played, right? Like, so
we have no idea.
Right. We have no idea. We have no idea if these teams, Jesus, the Saints, the first two games of last season looked like, absolute train wreckers, and then totally collapsed, right? So I texted you a bet, and this got me thinking over the weekend that I liked the Texans Rams under 44.5. It was minus 115 on FanDuel. And when I sent you this, I said that I was betting like what, 3/4 of a unit on it.
Right.
And
which is what, right.
That bird came out. Explain to me why week one, though, you should not be feeling like you should not go in and try and be like, I got to play it light here. Like, I got to be careful. Why should you be actually going in with your conviction in week one?
Because your opportunity cost, is extremely low in week one. In the most efficient, I had popcorn in my throat. Sorry. It's like the blooper reel. Hold on.
I'm trying so hard not to laugh here, but keep going.
You can laugh. It's a live show. All right. So your opportunity cost is extremely low in week one because this is the most efficient betting market in the world. And your edges are only going to get, the lines are only going to get tighter. The edges are only going to get harder to beat the further in the season. So like, you're not going to get to week 9 and be like, well, now I'm betting twice as much, like, to make up for what you did before. Like, it's actually the opposite. You're actually going to be like, when's baseball? And start reeling back.
Bankroll builder.
Right.
Need that to come back. Yeah.
Right. So my point on it all is just like, I also do this also out of love. It was just don't leave money on the table is really the shortest thing. Like, you were saying, hey, I really like the under, which I can get behind. I can totally get behind this under. It's like Matthew Stafford is like apparently dead, and I'm very low on this Houston team, especially their offense and their pace of play. Like, all they want to do is run the ball, and I don't know about this team. So I think you get a boost even in the total because it's indoors. And my point to you was, look, if you're gonna do one of two things, either bet at a unit or take the 3/4 of a unit that you have on the baseline under, and then take 1/4 of a unit and put it on an alt under. Because if you really love something, go all in. I
then proceeded to text you a screenshot and just said we ride because I did.
Yeah, dude. Well, because we got a great number. We got a fantastic. I took that with you.
Plus 240 or something. On
why can this game not be 19-17?
Oh, why can't this game be 24-10? In some capacity.
Completely good.
Both of these have great pass rush in terms of being able to generate pressure. Houston, we'll see what the defense looks like, but that was a big reason for my cap. I was like, all right, well, I have no idea what Stafford's going to look like. Nothing sounds good out of camp, and he's going against one of the top 3-4 units in the league last year, and then you've got a Rams defense that much improved, great pass rush, and we got to see it from CJ Stroud and the Texans offense. So yeah, 24-10, I could easily see it. But I will say I definitely appreciated the sort of just going and just being confident in what you're betting in week one. I wouldn't say, obviously not suggesting anybody like, don't go dupe like a whale lock of 5 units on something. If you really like it, don't do that in any week. But I think the idea of trying to look, trust your priors. If you don't trust your priors, then you should be probably changing something in your process or your research anyways. So
yeah, nope, I agree. It's just trust your priors. Week one, look, man, ride it the whole way through because You will not get it. If that first week 2, there's massive overreaction. So if you're right about them and the under 44.5, let's say this game is 12-6, right? We're getting probably.
That would be.
Let me look. Hold on. Wait. Let me look.
I think we're going to the same place here.
Well, it's not there because it hasn't happened yet. But
they have totals. They have totals for the. You can go and switch it for totals for week 2.
Okay, so let me look at what the total is for week 2. This is such a great website. Okay, so week 2. Well, wait a minute, hold on. We can just look it up in Hall of Fame bets. What am I doing?
Oh, we could do that too.
Yeah. Hold on. So Hall of Fame bets. Use code DADS. Let me just look this up.
I'm not seeing lines, by the way. I'm seeing just blocks.
Yeah, well, this is fine. It's okay. So all right. So let's see what the Rams are in. Okay, so the Rams
played Tennessee.
6 in Tennessee. So let's say Tennessee gets beaten around by Denver, scores 9 points, and the Rams play a game where it's 12-6. That total is 40.
I was literally about to say, I was like, I don't know if that total starts with 4.
I think that total might be 39.5.
Yeah,
right?
I think so. Or it may open 40.5, and that might immediately get that down.
Yeah, dude. Agreed. So I mean, that's the thing is like, and I mean, Houston's giving against Tampa Bay, and they're the ones who are gonna kind of raise that up, but that would still get knocked down a little bit. So yeah, give me like bet your edge now and do the under and do it now. So I took that all. Excuse me, I took that all with you. So
46 is high to me. There are a lot of scenarios for that week 2. We're not gonna jam on this too much, but that Tennessee Rams 46 week 2 already to me from a look ahead standpoint looks. Let's see. That looks a little high to me, but all right. Rams team that surprised us last year, made the playoffs.
They were really hot the second half of the season. They started off really clunky.
They did, and then they were. I mean, as an Eagles fan, do you feel like the Rams were the only team to really make you sweat in the playoffs as an Eagles fan? Or did you not sweat at all during that game?
Normal sweat, but for these people that are like, oh, if it wasn't snowing, they would have beat them. Wasn't snow. Here's my response to that. Wasn't snowing in LA when we came in and dropped 1 billion points, and Saquon Barkley ran for 200 plus yards on Sunday Night Baseball.
You were at that game too, right?
I was at that game. Yeah. Well, the weather didn't seem to impact that one, so you can't have it both ways.
Okay, so Rams were a surprise team. So one thing I was thinking of that I wanted to kind of go back and forth with you a little bit on is, and this is really the only week we're gonna. I wouldn't say the only week, but this is a good week to do this, which is what are some teams we knew the narrative every year, which is X amount of teams that were in the playoffs last year don't make the playoffs the next year, and X amount of teams that missed the playoffs the previous year make the playoffs the next year. I don't know like the exact stat on that, but like
I don't know it either. But
if someone has it, you'll hear it.
If somebody has it, send it to us.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you 4 teams here, and we're going to go through 4 teams that have relatively. We'll just say they all have plus odds to make the playoffs, and I want you to go and see which ones we can narrow down and what one actually should be. Maybe not have a minus, but should definitely be shorter than where it's at. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First one is one we just talked about, Seattle Seahawks, plus 160. These are all lines, by the way, from DraftKings. So if you find better lines on these, great. But these are just ones that I pulled from DK. Sure. Plus 160, Seattle Seahawks. Chicago Bears, plus 185. The Miami Dolphins, plus 220. And the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 110.
I mean, it's unfair.
So which one do we get rid of first?
Get rid of? Dolphins. 2 teams aren't making the playoffs in that division. It's easy for me on that one. I mean, it's easy for me to tell you the one that I want, but do you want me to jump ahead or no?
Okay, well let's get rid of the Dolphins, and then
I mean, what do you think? Do you think would you get rid of the Dolphins? Who'd you get rid of? As a Steelers fan, who would you get rid of?
The thing is, like, I want to get rid of the Steelers. Like, I want to put
Of course,
them first.
that's your thing. He's been
That's my
Tomlin's
immediate
been doing
thing.
this for
But
19 years.
This is what Tomlin does. So, you know what? Screw it. Which is the team out of those? Because if it's the Steelers, then I want to hear why. It's the Steelers.
It's the Steelers.
Damn it.
It's the Steelers.
Is it really just the Tomlin stuff?
It's the fact that I know that that everybody chops the games in that division, and that there's a lot of worlds where Aaron Rodgers is the right guy for this job, and that they haven't had a quarterback since MAGA Ben left.
I mean, they haven't had a quarterback since Ben threw out his elbow. Like Ben was a corpse the last couple of seasons there.
So
10 years.
And there's a world, man. I mean, dude, DK Metcalf is like, he's a dog. There is like Caleb Johnson in college was a dog. Yeah, he's like Merrill Kelly. There's a world where Aaron Rodgers just balls out with these, like, with a receiver that he knows can get gym balls, you know? And the thing is, the one thing is that for the first, you know, usually it's like the Steelers are 8.5. And so, like, yeah, Tomlin's constantly like has 9 wins, 10 wins, whatever. I mean, everybody they all made the playoffs last year too. And it's just, I can't tell you, I don't think that this team got worse. I think they got slightly better.
As much as I want to just be like, as much as I want to go back to the thread that I had sent you last year when they were playing the Browns on Thursday night, and I had like one of my greatest caps that I had ever sent you on why that they were going to likely lose this game. This is what Tomlin does, blah, blah, blah. I kind of agree. I do think that like their defense might have gotten a little bit better. And if their offensive line,
by the way, you know what's wild about this team? Their win total's 8.5. They're only a favorite 6 times. But the thing is that all the spreads are short spreads, which means that it's constant coin flips for them. Like, that's where he thrives.
Yes. That, and also what's kind of sneaky goes under the radar with them is that they always have excellent special teams. And when you're in a lot of these like coin flippy short spread games, and you've got one of, I don't know, Chris Boswell's got to be one of like the 4 best kickers in the league. They've always been extremely well and like disciplined on that side of the field. So not saying that that's like, that doesn't make them a Super Bowl contender by any means, but I do think that contributes a lot to how they're able to kind of like stay in a lot of these close games. And yeah, I mean, if Rodgers doesn't, it's going to come down to the offensive line with that team. And if it's better than expected and there are younger guys that could blossom there, Broderick Jones ends up not being as much of a bust. Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I mean, I don't think on that list, I wanted to make the case for you on the Dolphins. I feel like you and I are in different places on the Dolphins, but it's more just because I'm still operating on this angle that like, what if the Dolphins, like this whole narrative in the offseason that they're just imploding is not actually true?
Well,
that's not actually true.
For the first time since he arrived, Tyreek Hill is not a captain on that team. So I don't know if that's that's my counter to what you just said. Not great.
Their defense is also very, very bad. So I agree there, but I couldn't get there. I just the plus 220, and I'm kind of like, maybe what if the whole public narrative on this team is wrong? That's kind of where I thought. All right, so those were 4 to make the playoffs that are projected to not. Now I'm going to give you 4. This is, I think, more fun.
Wait, did we talk about the Bears? Wait, we didn't really give a thing on the Bears, though.
We didn't really riff on the Bears. Do you want to talk the Bears real quick?
I like the Bears. I think their schedule's really tough, and the fact that I like Ben Johnson. Like, you know, I think that's I think if they went out and they like put together they finally like put together a team. But like, you know, Packers went and got Micah Parsons. So it's sort of like the team that I thought that they were going to jump. Like, I don't know if they're going to jump that team. It's a 9-8 team to me, and I don't know if that's good enough.
9-8 is like they have a golden opportunity in that division because except for the Packers, I mean, there's obviously regression that can be coming for the Lions and definitely regression for the Vikings. So if you expect that there's going to be 2 teams to make the playoffs from that division, the question is like, do you think there could be 3 teams I wouldn't put a to make the playoffs bet expecting there's going to be 3 teams from a division because it just doesn't happen.
I would take
that
him to win
often.
the division
And
if
the
you
other-
take anything. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't take.
yeah, agreed.
Like,
And then if you're going to bet only 2, are you expecting them to jump the Lions? And as cool as I think the market's obviously a little bit cool on the Lions too. I don't know if I'm cool enough on them to like completely miss the playoffs. But
I've turned around. I was cool on them, and then I was like, you know what? Like they didn't. Aiden Hutchinson's coming back. That's gonna be a big deal.
Their defense will be okay. So speaking of the Lions, this seg's perfect because here's 4 teams that are priced plus money here to miss the playoffs. I think I may already know what your answer might be to this, but Lions plus 135, Commanders plus 135, Broncos plus 135, Texans plus 110. Out of those 4, which one are you immediately like, okay, no. I don't like this one.
You don't like them I don't like them to miss the playoffs. So
you like them to make the playoffs. So you would not like you're like, yeah, that's plus money to miss the playoffs.
Oh, the Broncos, dude. They're
okay.
as hell, but I'm all in on the Broncos.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Okay.
Me too.
I'm very, very, like, I'm sorry, but sorry to everybody, but that team is I like the way they looked in the preseason. I like the way I like the way they looked in the preseason. I like the year 3 of Sean Payton. I'm just I'm into this team. I just like how they're built. I think that they finally have a tight end.
Sneaky signing that Evan Ingram's there. Like I
think Evan Ingram's gonna have a monster year. Yeah. I think Evan Ingram's gonna just have an absolute monster year.
I think as long as Bo Nix doesn't implode, that team is winning 10 games. And
I mean, but
there's a lot of good signs for the Bo Nix.
The thing is about Bo Nix is that he's an older quarterback. He's done this before.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, is he like 29 now? I don't have to go.
Yeah, he's like 50 years old. So
he's pretty effing old. Okay, so that leaves us the Lions, Commanders, and Texans. We kind of talked about the Lions a little bit. I don't know if I am as into. To me personally, like if you're going to bet the Lions to miss the playoffs, I still think you're probably getting better prices on just alt under wins because I think the alt under.
I would take them like the under 7.5.
Yeah, like I don't. I think there's more ways in the tail with the Lions where it could go really like it could just like they could just sort of throw their hands up and they win 6-7 games versus like it's a 9 or a 10 win team and they just missed the playoffs and they got unlucky. All right, so then Commanders and Texans, who you got? Who out of those 2 are we saying probably a good bet for them to miss the playoffs?
Commanders. Yeah. Commanders. You can't fall worse than what they've done. I took them under 7.5 wins. I mean, that team.
Okay.
Under 7.5 wins plus 320.
Oh, yeah, that's a good.
Shout out to Sean.
Good price.
Yeah. Sean Hardy for finding that. That was a great. I think I love that bet. I
took
them
I
for that.
I like that a lot, actually. Yeah.
I took them under 3.5 division wins. But yeah, I took them under 7.5 wins at plus 320. There's everything went right for that team. That's kind of my cap on it. Everything went right. And now, I don't think Jaden Daniels is bad, but just everything went right. And they won every coin flip, including like that miracle one against Chicago. You know, there's a lot.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to remember if they lose that game, I think they still make the playoffs, but it's a lot.
It's not even that. It's just like, I mean, you know why everyone's high on them? Because they went into Detroit and boat raced that team and like exposed them. And then they got smacked by the Eagles. I mean, like that was awesome because it wasn't even close.
I mean, I tailed a lot of your stuff for that game. I won a lot of money on that. But honestly, the Eagles NFC Championship and the Super Bowl were a freaking godsend from just ending the season on a good note there. But yeah, I'm kind of looking at some of their games here too. Like, I don't necessarily agree with them being favored in a lot of these other look ahead spots either. Like they're almost 3 against Denver at home later in the season. And again, I know you and I are like high on Denver, but like
that's
minus 1.5 against Detroit. At home?
So let me
I don't
look at
know.
what this is. Washington.
Yeah.
So the reason why they are, so they're hosting Detroit at home and they're -1.5, and Detroit will be coming from what is that, week 10? So Detroit, first of all, after that they go to Spain. Just to be very clear, they go to immediately following that game,
Oh,
and
was that the
Detroit,
Miami one where they go to
yeah,
Spain or
and
whatever? Yeah.
Detroit is off their Minnesota game at home where they are pretty heavy favorites. So, and then Detroit has a look at Detroit could arguably be looking ahead to Philly, because that's kind of a top two teams arguably type of thing that could be going on. I don't know, but look, that line is short. But yeah, to me, that's probably, I mean, if anything, like the fact that Washington's going to Spain immediately after the game, like that's kind of
Can
crazy
I
to
give
me.
you, by the way, so their defense, this is just to add one kind of last note on this, in terms of their defense, bottom 3 unit in PFF. You want to know who their they were still a bottom 3 unit. You want to know who their last 6 games were against the opposing quarterbacks? Cooper Rush, Will Levis, Jake Hayner / Spencer Rattler, Kenny Pickett, Michael Penix, and Trey Lance.
I know they're terrible.
Wow.
I think that team is stinky.
Oof. Yeah. So I feel like if you're buying on the Commanders, like it is just straight up like I just think Jaden Daniels is like I think he's like the next Mahomes.
I think Jaden Daniels is great.
I think he's great too. I just don't know if you can overcome some of the deficiencies there on the other side of the ball. And I mean,
I think that they are going to be playing.
I think
they're going to be. I think they're going to have to play with pace because he's going to be giving up a lot because they're going to be giving up a lot of points. So, producer Spencer said Washington is ahead of schedule. They're ahead of schedule. Yeah, like this was supposed to be the year. They shouldn't have done all of it last year. That's really what it comes down to. All right. So now we've gotten to a section that I want to figure out how we want to do this, but I think that we could have some fun with it. So we talked about a couple games. Let's kind of build together 3-leg prop parlay from those games and try to get the odds to be a minimum of 10 to 1.
All right. I like it.
So we touched upon a ton of teams, a ton of games, a ton of stuff like that. So things are kind of open. You can kind of lab a little bit. I can tell you right now, I want Malik Neighbors 100 yards as a leg.
Okay. Cool. I mean, I like that one.
Yeah, we are going to build it on Hall of Fame bets. Producer Spencer, I
can pull up my screen here if you want.
Okay, pull it up. Yeah. Let's do it.
I got it right here. All right, so we want. I mean, it's a cool thing, by the way, too. We not to give Hall of Fame bets more love here, but they have a pretty awesome feature with their parlay builder that we don't usually talk about. So okay, so we want receiving yards 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, we got that on the slip here.
Let me see what else. Well, you can think through. I'm thinking through the games that we had.
So we had the Neighbors one here. Do we want to put the Baker 20 rush because that's already pretty?
We could do that. Do you want to do then? Do you want to do the alt Houston under in there?
Oh, let's see.
See, now this is the vibe. This was the vibe that I was looking for us to do, and it got here. It got here organically. I love this.
Let's see.
That's hot. Like that's hot.
I like that one a lot.
I like that idea. It's aggressive. We don't have to go to like 37. It could be 39.5, and I'm fine with it. Like it's a good.
Where's the? Let me see.
I love this. I'm so glad we did this.
Okay, wait. Oh yeah. Okay, so sometimes I forget on Hall of Fame bets you can just like go. If you click on like the link for it, it'll just take you to right here where you can build it. All right, so let's go and look at our slip. Where the heck is that? So we've got a 3-game parlay right here.
Yeah.
Where's my price for that? Oh my goodness. This is a Not
This
just
is awesome.
not just 10-1, 36-1. So
Oh,
plus
this is beautiful. This is a good way to kick it off. This is exactly the vibe I was looking for. Okay, hold on. Did you do it at, what did you do the total at? You did 39 or did you do?
I did 30. I did 37.5. Do you want me to change that?
Go to 39. See if it still
go to a
stays
little
with
conservative.
Yeah. Give me a little conservative. I might be flying too close to the sun on this one.
Let's see. Oh my goodness, that's still 3604. It's not really that much different.
If this is still 30, if this is still 30-1, this is such a bet.
Let me just do one more here. So I'm just curious, like if I do just the general total of 44.5. Okay, all right. Now you're getting a pretty. Now it's going from 36-1 to 26-1.
No. Get it to 30-1. Dude. Bring that down. Bring it down to like
let's definitely do 30.
Take it down to like what's it, 42. I'm just thinking through the key numbers. Yeah. 42, either 42, 40, or 39. 39.5 pounds seems like it's going to be juicy. Let's do. Yeah. If it's on the Gold Lion book, I can't even bet it. So, oh yeah, do that. I see it right now.
Yeah, we'll just do 39.5. That's fine.
So what is that? 30-1?
It's 36-1. Oh Jesus. ESPN
that's awesome. Whatever. I can still bet I can bet a little bit on there.
Okay.
That's hot. We should can we screen cap this? Can we screen cap that? Can you send me the link so that I can bet it? That's awesome. Okay, so while I complained about how this was going to happen, this was exactly
cooked, but yeah.
What'd you say?
I said my ESPN's completely cooked. So if you need something on MGM, I got you.
Mine allows me to do like $20 here. Mine allows me to do like $20 here and there.
For ESPN.
I'm not putting anything. Yeah, I'm not putting anything crazy.
Oh, that's fine. Right? Yeah, that's fine for this one.
So yeah. So
even if this is not the exact price, if this is like 25-1, I'd still be like, I'd still like that. But
yeah, I mean, I think that's an awesome bet. Yeah. So send me that and then we'll put it out there. But we went Malik Neighbors 100 yards. We went Baker Mayfield 20 rushing yards.
Yep.
And then we went an alt under 39.5. Is that what we ended up with?
39.5 for the alt under there. So
39.5 for the
ESPN bet. You can bet this.
What a fun bet.
I'm gonna guess bet 365. You can do that one. Yeah.
This one's a
fun one. I think also that Rams Texans game is that a 4 p.m.er? Because if it is, then that makes it even extra fun. I like the ones where you have like two legs in the one, and then you have 4 p.m.
No, this is great.
The late game. I only have one more here.
I'm all in on it. It's great. All right. This is good. That put me in a much better mood. We can go. Let's move into the dad moves of the week, and I can tell you exactly my dad move. My dad move of the week is to mentally prepare to ever spend more than 3 days on a weekend with your kids.
Were you? So I got not to like play therapist here and try and kind of go at your core, but like, were you by yourself with the kids? Like,
no,
it was
Nora's birthday. It was Nora's actual birthday, but it was like, it's just like, it was just my wife saying, like, my wife doesn't get that hold on. There was a thing in my sleeper that just went, what the, I did something. I don't know what just happened. That was weird. Who's on the clock? Sorry, guys. Not me, right? That's not my turn. Anyway, no, just like my wife just doesn't get that sometimes I have to do work and stuff on the weekends, especially because like I work in, I work in politics and I'm a 1099 and I have all these different things. And she's just like, how come you can't just be doing stuff for the kids? I'm like, I just need like an hour to do this. And it became like 20 minutes. And so it kind of threw off all my pacing, but it was also just like neither of my kids napped. And it was my first time experiencing that. That was the big thing.
Oh no. I haven't.
It really
that
stunk.
happened.
It like really stunk, man.
Once, but that's
Well, and then Nora just keeps getting up earlier and earlier, and I just need you. I'm just like, I need you to stop it, like, because everybody's too tired. And now I'm actually kind of happy that baseball is winding down a little bit because I just don't have the energy to stay up now till 1 and like talk to Scott Reichel and do stuff. I just need to, So,
by the way, the tone in our conversation just makes like exponentially more sense now. Knowing this context,
I'm just burned out. Okay.
Do you, by the way, when your kid does take a nap, do you put them down earlier at least? Because that's the compromise with Michelle.
Yeah, it is.
We're like, all right, well, you didn't take a nap, you're going down an hour earlier.
It is. It's just I have like one kid who's like, oh, well, I want to put the other kid to bed, and I'm like, you're 2. You're not putting anyone to bed. Stop it. Like my wife.
Beware when the other kid wants to wake the other one up in the morning.
Oh,
that's
dude,
happened to me a few times where it's like they're like, oh, I'm gonna go wake them up. I'm like, no. Do not go in their room. Do not go in their room.
And Nora tries to wake him up, and Jake is like, get the F out of here. Like, what are you doing? Like, yeah. So anyway, that was all it was. And everyone was just really burned out in the house from it. So my dad move of the week is to mentally prepare yourself for extended stuff with kids as usual. I'm
gonna say my only dad move this episode is just when you're on a long weekend, especially if you're on a long weekend and you're not going away anywhere, like you're at home with the kids, similar situation to what you were in. Like you gotta like make sure you plan stuff to like get you out of the house in some capacity with the kids, because that extra day, like it's long if you have a Saturday and Sunday and you can't really figure out what to do except like take your kids to the park, put them in the backyard, just have like hang around the house. You can do that for like 1 day. 2 days starts to like get a little cabin feverish. On a 3-day weekend, you will like lose your mind.
3-day weekend, I think, is the worst. I think it's just the worst with kids. It's like it's real because like you don't feel like you got any time.
But then you have this like long weekend. You're like, damn, I wish I could have taken more advantage of it. So, I mean, we were able to take our kids to a couple of new places and made sure to get out a bunch this weekend. We went to like a good farmer's market and stuff, but
that's cool.
You
went to a cool place. I had some really good brisket. That was fun.
All right. Cheer up. Hey, you got it. We got a 36-1 3-leg parlay.
I think it's such a bomb, dude. I can't wait for that. And I only have to bet 3 baseball plays a day the rest of the week. I don't have to go crazy. It's gonna make my life so much easier. I love baseball, but man, what a grind.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is a
grind, dude.
This is how I feel with like any sport that I'm just betting or even just following closely. Like, I mean, I feel the same way about football come like end of January. And I love football. Like, I'm so excited for football to be back this week. After you've been doing this like every week to week, it's a grind. Baseball is a greater grind than any of them because of just the day to day for 6 months. So, but I hate to put you back at the grinder, buddy, but we're going to be talking some baseball again here Thursday. So be ready.
It's wild. All right, cool. So, all right, we will be back on Thursday, right? Thursday? Yeah.
Thursday. No, Spencer's saying Wednesday. We're Thursday this week because I'm traveling.
Yeah, we're Thursday. I
Yeah.
have like 3 shows on Thursday, so that's going to be interesting because I have my SGPN prop show, I have our show where we talk about baseball, and then I have a wager talk show where I'm going to talk about my Circa Millions pick that I got to make sure I do this week. Okay, that all being said, this has been Dad's Bet Baseball and Football, and I am Adam Rosenberg at Hey Rosenberg. We are produced by Spencer Ray at Spencer_Ray, Ray RAY. Spencer, I gave your information to somebody in a random professional group that I'm in, just so you know, so they may be contacting you. CJ is at Dad's That Bet. We are at Dad's Bet Baseball across everything. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, tell your friends, leave a comment, write father figures, heckle Trevor, Philly's future, do all of it. Do all that stuff, and that's fun, and that really helps us out. And most importantly, Hall of Fame Bets, hofapp.com. Use code DADS. This keeps the pod the way it is. They are a great group, and we really appreciate them. And yeah, use code DAD to get 50% off the first month. And you saw we were hanging out literally in that app all day, this entire episode. So yeah, this was good. Thanks for joining us for our first NFL episode. And CJ, what is the final word for the first NFL episode?
Good vibes, baby. Good vibes. Happy NFL season.